Hello. It's surprising to me to be sitting here talking to you. I have followed the trends that we see in the state of Wyoming now for a number of years, as you can tell from my appearance. I have some major concerns that we need to address. It appears as though we're allowing the federal government to dictate our lives even to the very point as to how we educate our children. I think that still belongs on a local level. I think we have to have school boards that can select appropriate teachers, qualified teachers, and pursue the principles and the morals of the community in which we live. That's why the local control. One standard approach to education is a very good idea, trying to guarantee that each child has an opportunity to at least reach a certain level of scholastic excellence. If we only point towards the medium area, that everyone has basically reached this particular level, we're missing the boat, because we know that as you and I, we all think differently. Some of us are a little more motivated than others. Some really want to excel. Sometimes they're classified as hyperactive children. I believe that they, in fact, are lacking in motivation. They need things to do that challenge their minds. If we're pursuing the STEM approach to our education process, because our children are our most important asset, that's science, technology, engineering, and medicine, we have to be sure that we prepare them for such, or at least take them beyond that medium standard that has been established in some schools. That means we can continue to have accelerated classes for our children. I'm fortunate to be the father of a presidential scholar who went on to Stanford University, got his degree in electrical engineering, and then stayed on to get his degree in law. He practices law in the state of California. But in his junior and senior years in high school, we were close to a junior college where he could go and be challenged with his mind and his aspirations to excel, and therefore qualify for some very important scholarships. So our children, to me, are our most important asset. How we accomplish their education, I think, remains again with local participation, parents, teachers, school boards, that. So the less interference we have from outside sources, particularly the federal government, who really is not a very good example to us at this time, the better off we are. There are other things that bother me regarding what's happening to our state. There are things leaking into our state that are federalized programs. In some areas, maybe it's good for them, but we are a ranching, farming, energy-centered state. I really believe that we know what we're doing. We've been successful in the past years in doing so. But when we begin to look for the experts with briefcases coming in to tell us this and that and the other, when we're all educated, either at the University of Wyoming or other universities throughout the United States, I think we're totally capable of handling and dealing with the issues that we know to be pertinent to our state. Not that we want to avoid assistance from higher government entities, it's that we can't become lazy. We have to continue to excel and do as many things for ourselves as we possibly can. Here I am still working full-time. A little bit about me. After college, I got my first job as a pharmaceutical representative for the Pfizer Corporation. I called on doctors, hospitals, pharmacies, and detailed or educated those people on the products that I sold. After that, I got my first job as a hospital administrator. I think I was about 27 years old at that time. And I was successful there. We added on a long-term care unit without having to bond for it. So I have very few failures in my life. From the North Bighorn Hospital, I moved to Cody, Wyoming, and was the administrator of the Cody Hospital. I guess you call them as chief executive officers. Well, I was the CEO, yes. And we recruited 21 doctors in a space of maybe 4 to 5 years. And Cody is booming and doing a very, very good job. It's a regional medical center today. And I can still walk in the hospital and some people remember me. And have a lot of friends in Cody. From there I took a job as the director of marketing for a company called Wytex Corporation. It's an international company. Covers the whole world, of course. I speak fluent Spanish. We took our sales from $11 million a year to $22 million when I left Wytex. So I think I was successful there. So in business, I'm totally familiar with the budgetary process. I know basically how the tax system works. I know at times where you can get into trouble by listening to stories from people from the East Coast and the West Coast that really aren't pertinent to what we do here in Wyoming. I got back into healthcare administration and took over the Powell Hospital and was there for about 6 years. And from there I've been doing rehabilitation administration throughout the state of Wyoming, Colorado, and Texas. So I'm not someone who is not seasoned. If you were to describe me, most people describe me as a very friendly, happy person who likes to have a lot of fun. But here I am, I'm still working full time. Do I have to? No. Do I want to? Yes. It keeps my mind quick and keeps me healthy. So if you're looking for qualifications for administrative abilities, some people describe me also as kind of a strong mentality for accounting. I want people to account for the things that they do, for their budget or whatever. Accountability is part of my vocabulary. If we get back to governance, and we go back to the founding fathers of the United States, Jefferson and Madison specifically, they felt like the smallest federal government that we possibly can have was the better, because that meant that in the states, in the counties, in the cities, we were participating in our own government, our own management, our own morals, our own laws. And it was all based on the test of what we call conscience. Do you know what a conscience is? Do you have a conscience? I do. We know the difference between right and wrong. I don't ask you to campaign for me. I don't ask for your money. I don't ask you to even recognize me in public if you don't want to. That's okay. But when you get in a voting booth and you experience that freedom that we have of voting privately, I would like you to talk to God. And that maybe sounds a little bit strange to you, but you know, it all goes back to our belief system. Ask Him who you should vote for. I would like your vote. Thank you for allowing me to visit with you today. And God bless you. God bless the state of Wyoming. God bless America. Thank you.